hair I'm seeing in the form.
Alright, Caleb, let's do this.
Hold on. Alright. Why? Why is a question that can be answered in many different ways. It can be answered in a short 3 to 4 word sentence, I guess you can call it. And sometimes it can take paragraphs, a whole book, to really answer the certain why questions that there aren't answers for. And I think that why question is the one I'm going to be answering today. I don't think there's a solid answer for anyone why they are who they are, but I'm going to try my best to answer it today. And I think the reason a lot of people are the way they are is who they're surrounded by, their friends and their family. And those are the most important people to me in my life, and they always will be. And one of the most important things that I think have shaped me growing up is living with a single mom and with a sister without having a guy in the house. I was the guy in the house. I was supposed to be. And I try to be today. I don't really succeed in that because, you know, I guess people see the guy in the house as like taking charge and paying for the bills and like making sure stuff gets done. You know, the handyman stuff. That ain't me. Like I said before, I have a feminine side, and I mean, I'm not like saying like I cross dress or like I act like a girl, but like I'm not the most strong person. I'm not the most athletic. I don't act like I am. I love to play sports. If you want to pick up a game of basketball, I'm all for it, but you'll probably stomp me, and that doesn't really bother me. I like to have fun, and I think that if you don't go through life having fun and spreading love, then you're really doing it wrong, I guess you could say. There's no reason to make anybody's day bad or make anybody's life bad, and I really strive to make everyone happy. Growing up with a single mom, there's not a lot of money flowing in. She's a state worker. She doesn't make the most money. We've lived in apartments all our lives, moving place to place. I've been all around town. When you do that, you don't really invite people over. When you have friends that live in bigger houses and have all the gaming systems. I had gaming systems, and that was my life. But you go to other people's houses, so there's no one really coming home to mine. And my mom had to struggle. She always had car problems, and I wanted to go somewhere on the weekends while Valerie wanted to go somewhere on the weekends. That's my sister. And we never really stayed at home, so you could tell she would get aggravated, like, hey, can you take me across town to so-and-so's house? And 5 minutes later, well, while she's on her way there, Valerie wants to go somewhere, or vice versa. But there was never a time where she said no. She made it clear that she was aggravated and upset by it, but literally there was never a time. I've grown to say, Mom, just tell me no. Like, it's okay to say no. And she'll get aggravated, but 10 minutes later she's in a car and she's ready to go wherever. And that is how I've grown up. I don't like to tell people no. And I mean, if you want something and I can give it to you, I will. And that's okay with me. You really kind of, with that type of mindset, you ignore yourself. And I've grown up kind of doing that. I hold my emotions in. And of course in this class I get emotional and you guys see that, but you can ask any of them outside of class. Caleb doesn't get upset. Caleb doesn't like to be upset. He likes to make someone laugh, have a good time. And that's not a ruse, I guess you could say. Of course, on the inside I could be upset, but I love making people happy. And that's really thanks to my mom, even though she probably doesn't know that. I probably don't show it as much as I could, but she inspires me. Going back to the money thing, you see, I try and wear nice outfits. I try and look good. I try and match. There's not a thing on my body that isn't Nike, the really expensive brand, I guess you could say. And that's really made our family struggle. Valerie dresses nice. She gets what she wants, and I get what I want. And we're spoiled, I guess you could say. We get what we want. And that's taken a toll on my mom and the rest of our family. We don't have a big immediate family. We have my great uncle, my great aunt, and my mom, my sister, and then my granny. That's all my immediate family that I like think of close. And they really try their hardest to support my mom and support us. And that's just what we have. It makes me happy, and it's really fitting in. I try and fit in. And that moves me to my next point. I'm a social butterfly. I fit in everywhere. I try to, at least. Not all my friends groups mesh. I can hang out with the nerds or the geeks and talk about video games or cartoons or whatever the hell you want to talk about. I try to fit in, and I want to make you guys happy, but I can fit into, I don't want to say this, but the cool kids group. I have connections. I've grown up with the cool kids, and you know, you wear Nike, you look good, and you fit in. And that's what I've done. So, growing up as a social butterfly is what I'm going to keep calling it. You don't really know your own place. I don't know what I am. Am I a cool kid? Am I a nerd? Am I a loner? Am I, you know, all your different social groups? I'm friends with everybody, and I love that, but who am I is something I don't know. And it's really making it hard to, you know, what do I want to do later in life? I should know that by now, but I have no idea. No answer for you. I don't know. But I take it in strides. And that's my family side of things. Moving on to friends. I love my friends. Like I said, I'm friends with everyone, but of course, you guys see my close group of friends. It's a couple of guys that I'll hang out with all the time. And I have great memories with them, and that's what a few of these things are for. When I have a good time, I like to keep things that remind me of those good times, and that's something I've grown up doing and something that I'm still going to continue to do. I keep little trinkets. I don't believe in like buying stuff from like a gift shop. That's lame. That's overrated. Like, why buy like a little thing that says Myrtle Beach when you can grab a shell off the beach and have that to remember it by? So I just have these things. I'm gonna share a couple of stories that I've had with my friends and family, and that's why I keep these things. Like this piece of garbage. This is trash. This is something. This also is garbage. I couldn't swipe this and spend Joy Arnold's money. But this, I'm never going to forget the time that I found these two things on the side of the road when I was walking across town. It took 5 to 6 hours. I walked all the way across town with my friend Jordan because neither of us could drive, but we didn't have anything else better to do. We weren't just going to sit around, and that's what we decided to do. We went from one side to the other, and we saw plenty of great sights to see, and we found these cool little things that helped me remember. Also, just to add on to that, we found a Sharpie. It was awesome. We found a Sharpie on the side of the road perfectly. It wasn't brand new because it was chewed all over, but it works great. And we signed our initials at different places around town. So those will always be there. Permanent markers are going to be there forever. It'll be in my mind forever. These shells, I guess you could say, I don't shoot guns. My mom doesn't really like guns, so we don't keep them in the house either. None of us are going to use them. But this is from the first time I shot guns. It was with a friend, Andrew. And I kept even the little ear things that you put in your ears are inside this one. And first time I shot guns was very recently, and it's probably the last time I'll shoot a gun, but I mean, I enjoyed it. It's something new. And it was fun. But one of the things that really shapes a person, and I believe shapes me, are just the memories you have. I don't want to ever forget the time that I got this stupid stuffed Pikachu from a friend. One of my neighbors that moved away. We were great friends for like a year and a half. We're still friends. He goes to county, but we don't hang out as much anymore. I wish that would change, but he's really into anime. And that's not something any of my other friends are into, and it's not something that I was really into, but it was something that he always talked about, and something that made him happy. So I actually watched a couple for him, and they were awesome, honestly. But he asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I said, "Give me a Pikachu," and he got me a Pikachu, and it was awesome. And this is never going in the trash, no matter what. No matter how cool I think I am, no matter how lame Pokemon is, it's something I'm always going to remember. And here we go. I talked about in Orcom 1 my great aunt that passed away last year. And that side of the family is very Christian based. They're not like strong in their ways, but they go to church every weekend. And they used to make us, when we were little kids, we used to go to church and stick to that long-ass lecture of garbage. But, you know, it's something that was important to them, so it made them happy. So we went, me and my sister, and after we got old enough to make the choice, we stopped going. And my mom doesn't go to church. She speaks to God, I guess, when she needs it. When she gets upset, oh God. But really, that's not something that's important in our lives, but it was important to them, so that's something that we put on. And when she passed away, we went through her, she lived in a trailer below my great aunt and uncle, their sister. She had a bunch of these little jewelry things. This is some praying hands and a guardian angel. Just some little pins that had a sticker like 10 cents on them. But those things are super important to me. I don't believe in, I guess there could be a God, I don't know. I'm 17. But those things mean much more to me because those really remind me that she was there and that she still could be there and watching over me, wherever that may be. And it's something I never want to forget. So, really, what shapes a person are the people they've been around and will be around for the rest of their lives, and the memories that you make with them.